Hi everyone! In this tutorial we are going to learn how to animate a sprite. First of all, we have to choose one, so we are going to click on the blue button sprite area. The different sprites are grouped in different categories. We are going to choose a sprite from the sport category, which is which because we are from a sport high school, in example Dorian. As we saw in our previous tutorial, some sprites have movements called costumes, so that the character may assume different positions. If we click on Dorian's costumes button, we may see Dorian assuming 4 different positions, so that we may have 4 different costumes. Let's now give Dorian a proper background from the backgrounds area. In this case too, we are going to choose a sports background, in example, basketball 2, where our character will move. Let's write the code by which we will move Dorian. Let's start from the movement. From the block area, we will drag in the central area the prompts we need. We would take as a first prompt from the events area the first block that allows us to start the program by clicking on the green flag. We will ask Dorian to move for 10 steps, which are a very little number if we consider that the stage is of 480 steps. So, let's say 50 steps. Now, let's see what happens if we move Dorian for 50 steps. It has moved very fast. So, we may ask Dorian to move different times but pausing these movements, adding a 1 second pause. Let's see now what happens next. Let's drag Dorian in a more central part of the stage. Let's stop it for a second and then add next prompt of 50 steps. Let's see what happens next. It has a robot movement like. So let's put a lower value pause, like 0.2 seconds, and let's see what happens. The movement now is much more better. And so on. Now we could add, if this kind of movement isn't proper, more pauses of 0.2 seconds, and then again the movement we want, an example of 50 steps. So we are going to drag Dorian in a more central part of the stage, and we are going to start the program. Dorian has moved according to the prompts given by us. We won't need to write all the prompts steps, because by clicking on a repetition prompt in the control block, we may have the strings of prompts ready to use. Let's give Dorian a less central position. For example, in the X tag, a value of minus 269, and in the Y tag, minus 55. Let's see what happens now. Clicking on the green button, Dorian is in the center of our window. Now, let's recolocate Dorian on the background of the screen. X value minus 269 and see what happens. Dorian now is in the center and it assumes the 4 positions. Well, now we could ask Dorian to repeat the costumes change for 2 times. To do this, we have to drag the tag above the first tag of the costume change and we set it for 2 times. We recolocate Dorian in the initial position, the X equal 269. Clicking on the green button, let's see what happens. First time and then the second time. Now, we could ask also Dorian to say something. Let's move now in the aspects block and we ask Dorian to say something. By default, Scratch advises to say hello for 2 seconds. We could ask Dorian to say, for example, hi there for 2 seconds. After, we could say furthermore if we are ready, and finally we could add with a little Dorian speech with our motto, code is loading, for 4 seconds. Let's recolocate Dorian and let's see what is the result of our script. The first prompt, the second one, and finally the words we have given. Let's return to our window. Dorian will be now very tired, so we can give him a little rest. To do this, we have to click on the movement area and drag at the end of our script the movement codes we have already used at the beginning. We have also learned that we have cycle commands. So if we cut the above code and click with the mouse right button, we can easily copy it. We will be able to have again the same string of prompts that will give Dorian the way out of the stage. Remember to insert another one pause second, and we could ask the program to recolocate Dorian in the starting position, x equal minus 269, y equal minus 55. And finally, we will close our program asking to stop all the actions with the prompt stop all blocks. Let's recolocate for the last time Dorian at the beginning of our window. The program starts, Dorian starts in the center, it changes its costumes, says something, goes out of the stage, and it recollocates at the beginning of the window. We have learned today new actions for our sprites, like giving a command, a cycle of commands, or saying something. That's all for now. See you soon.